The movement must continue. See, we let it go to sleep. This movement's got to be woke up again.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Lounite, Unite Lou, here at the Plug Network Online, the source for change. It's your girl, Farron Kia, the CEO and founder of Love Thy Belly LLC, the premier body positive organization right here in the city of Louisville, committed to the representation of fat and large bodies in multimedia forms. Here at Lounite, I have a very special guest with me, Stachelle Bussey. Stachelle is the founder and executive director of the Hope Bus, the Hope Village, and something extra special we'll get into shortly from now. Hi, Stachelle.
Did you memorize that whole intro?
Why? We're going to cut this out.
No, we're not. No, don't cut. I don't want to cut not one thing. Hey, where's the producer? Who's producing? I don't want to cut one thing.
Okay.
Nope. That'll
Okay.
be what it is.
No,
You called me here. Look, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
Stachelle.
And don't start it over like you trying to start a whole podcast over. We're just going to have a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you tell
I can't
them?
believe you memorized that whole thing. There's no cues over here, nothing.
Can you please
I'm
tell
ready.
everybody who you are and what it is that you do?
Which camera am I looking at?
Oh my God.
That one. All right. Okay. There's a lot of them. So I am Stachelle Bussey. I am the executive director and founder of the Hope Bus. And you know, we got a fancy mission statement, but really we just work to make things that are available, accessible to people who I feel like, should have them. So yeah, that's it in so many words.
You have a fancy mission statement?
Yeah, it's so bad. I can't remember it.
I remember that whole thing.
Yeah, look at you.
Okay. Stachelle, how about you just tell us how the Hope Bus started?
So really, I'm from the hood, and while I was in seminary, I had the opportunity to do a couple different internships. I don't know what it would be called, but so yeah, in seminary, I just wanted to do something very, very different as far as how to be in community, and we read a lot of books, a lot of reading, but really it was just looking at different things and like thinking about how some of our our churches, how we should be in the community. We got a lot of them. We got a lot of churches and a lot of liquor stores.
Oh, okay.
We do in the hood. Don't look at me like that. We got liquor stores and churches.
I thought you were talking about the city.
That too.
Okay.
Liquor stores and but so it's just you take a look at the community, and of course like since it's just gone down, and so some of those issues that we have is like violence, and people are deprived of resources, and so yeah, you just kind of take a step back. You talk to people in the community, and after being a social worker and all these other things, and kind of going to seminary, really just trying to figure out what I could do to be a part of the solution, while still being a person who suffers from being the part of the problem. So I ain't had no money. I still don't have none, regardless of what people think. But it's just so yeah, like I was able to with the seminary, got the language, and also just got the skill set as it pertains to like assessments and all those things. So yeah, one day, they call it Old Louisville now, but it used to be a club up there called AJ's, and that's where my family actually was moved to when they started knocking down the projects like Southwick. So they kind of started displacing people. Southwick, yeah, come on, man. Southwick, Cotton Home, whatever. And so something out there, everybody don't know about that.
The people who see this will, though.
Right, whatever. So, yeah, and it used to be a Winn-Dixie up there. And so kind of just being able to like kind of floating back around in that community, just through some different opportunities I had.
A Winn-Dixie, that's a local grocery store.
It was a Winn-Dixie. And it's crazy you had to explain that.
Some people might not know.
They had Check Pop. The great. Can you let me keep going?
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, and so we started talking to people in the community. Saw that at these convenience stores the prices were. So we asked people in the community what they wanted, and which they talked about just getting to the grocery store and being able to have access.
Like getting to the grocery store was
get
an
there
issue for
instead of
people.
like
not even once they were there, but just
just getting there.
Wow.
And so I was like, all right, well, let's solve that problem. So yeah, that's what we did. We just put people in our cars, and that's kind of how it started. We put people in our cars.
Oh, so you just had like you and some people?
Yeah, me, Angel.
Just loading people up in your cars and taking them to the grocery store?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. At the time, I was a worship pastor at a church. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
so people
what
weren't able to have access to something as
grocery store.
As much of a necessity as food.
Yeah, and even if they were, I mean, the prices, like people who are on fixed incomes, I mean, the price gap of of certain a grocery store, which is to a convenience store is you're probably talking about $3 to $5
difference.
Yeah.
From like a Winn-Dixie versus a Kroger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, or no, not the Winn-Dixie was fine when it was there, but it's not there anymore. So they're gone. And then the Second Street Kroger just closed for no reason.
Just closed down.
Yeah. And so
which was a very locationally, that was a very
because it's about it's about a women's shop. I mean, yeah, it just people could get there at least. So yeah, I mean that closes down and people just are left with like Family Dollars and Dollar Generals and I think they've even closed the pharmacy now. So yeah, people didn't
close the pharmacy.
Yeah, so people don't really have. It's a Dollar General there, so people only didn't have access to to things, and the things that they had access to, they were spending way more for it. And if you're on a fixed income, you
can't afford it.
It's rough on you. So yeah.
What year did the Hope Bus begin, or did not even the Hope Bus really? Because at that time when you were just piling people in your car, that wasn't even the Hope Bus.
Yeah, right. It was
an initiative for you. Yeah. What year was that?
2018.
Wow.
Yeah, 2018.
And it's 2023.
2023.
So y'all been
5 years. We turned 5 this year.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
How's it feel?
It's my birthday.
Right now, in this moment, thinking about what happened in 2018 to now. What does that feel?
Man, it is absolutely unbelievable. I am. Yeah, every day I think about it. I can't believe it. I can't believe what it's grown into. But really, I'm excited to get to tell the stories of the many people that we serve, and so I hope it keeps growing. And that's what we grew organically. We didn't, 2020 came, but we were already doing things different. Like we had already kind of mobilized things, and so, yeah, I mean, we were, I can't believe it. Who knew it would be a village and it would be this thing, these things, and I would have employees and people who actually want to work for me.
Oh wow, you employ people?
Yes, 17 people to be exact. Yes, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
You're
I mean,
a boss.
No. If you got 17 people working for you, they are the boss. Yeah. So yeah, to see what it's come to now, and of course I've worked in education and worked as a social worker for the state. I mean, I've done different things to be able to kind of I really tried to. I had jobs and I had I went to places where I felt like I could make a difference, but then when I actually got there, they wasn't gonna do shit for real. And so yeah.
So you had to make a move.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll learn about a little bit of what Stachelle and the Hope Bus have going on currently.
Okay.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.
So before we left, you were talking a little bit about. You're having a good time, huh?
Whatever.
You always have a good time?
I do.
Oh, that's good.
I'm the funnest.
You're the fun. Before we left, you were talking a little bit about what Hope Bus was doing in 2020. So we all know that 2020 was for a lot of people, right? It was a lot of different things. It was a sad year for a lot of people. It was a year of acknowledgement for some people. A year of reprise for some people. Some people were able to rest during that year, but it sounded like the Hope Bus really took off even more
Yeah.
Even from where you started, 2020 hit, and it was like people just didn't have access to anything. So what was that experience like, having to do all of what you were doing during that year, and even in 2021?
So I was protesting, and after the things that happened with Breonna, well, the stuff that came out about Breonna Taylor, I just took it to the streets, and very, very proud of everything that was done, every person that was out there, regardless of what people say.
Everybody had a role.
Yeah, and it was incredible. I think what really sparked it though, like what people, because you know what you do see, but like what people didn't see was like the community portion of it, like that we built out there, the resiliency, but then the resources that came just flowing, so the Breonna Taylor deal, and a couple days later, David McAtee's shot, by the National Guard, or
Killed.
shot and killed, and it's the barbecue man, and it really affected the community in a different way.
I mean, it was a community staple.
Yeah, because it's a food desert, so like he feeds people. And so, the Kroger closed, right? But that Kroger they be playing kind of, because they always close that Kroger. They close it. They used to close Derby, they always, it's like, they closed the Kroger, and I mean, how do you close a Kroger? Like the only Kroger that's...
This is after they'd already closed the one on 2nd. And this is
one in West End. This one in 26, 28. They closed it after David McAtee was shot across the street. I didn't particularly understand that, because it's also a pharmacy. And so when they closed it, like Ashley Mack, my friend, I got a lot of Delta friends, was like, we got to do something. And I was like, okay, well, let's do something. So, I was protesting, and then also we was building these food drives. And we just set up outside of Kroger and gave people food. And then, different people came around, and prayer changed this thing. Like, it was a lot of different groups birthed from that movement. But, we was out there, and people were getting prayed for, and people was getting the things that they need, and different people was volunteering. And I was like, watched over the course of a week, and like how many people we fed. It was insane. And so, yeah.
Can you recall those numbers?
Thousands. I think, it was thousands.
Thousands of people had access to
right there.
food.
Yeah.
Because of what? Yeah. Of a trickling effect.
Yeah, it's like 60 something thousand people in the West End. Right.
I don't think people know those numbers. 2
Krogers technically, right? Because they have the one in Portland, 35th, and then there's one. But that's really the only 2 grocery stores amongst, 60 something thousand people. So you close one, and then you try to make people go all the way over to which is not convenient. It wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
So we went into action to try to figure out how to get people to their meds. Like, how do we get people who the pharmacy was gonna close, and then like how to get people food and diapers and all those other things. And so, so we went in action, fed thousands of people, and
people were cut off from their basic necessities, food and medication.
Yeah.
So what's going on with the Hope Bus now in 2023? 2020 was what that was,
we bought the bus too.
You all have grown
August
from
12,
there.
2020, we bought the bus.
Bought a bus?
We emptied
What'd y'all do with the bus?
And now it's like flipped. It was yellow. It looked like a school bus. But it is.
Now it's the Hope Bus?
Yeah, it's the Hope Bus.
Like, really?
Yeah, really. It was yellow and had seats in it, so we did that ourselves. We took the seats out. Got my protest homies. We took the seats out, worked on it, Aaron Conaway, painted and so and I would have wanted to honor the West End with that, with that bus, and be intentional about making sure that the story of West Louisville will always be told.
So what's on the bus?
The neighborhoods, the 6 neighborhoods. They keep adding them.
What 6 neighborhoods are on the bus?
Yeah, so it's Shawnee, Chickasaw, Portland, Parkland, maybe Algonquin, Shawnee, and then we missing 3, so we got to put Algonquin or some the other 3 on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Do you all, as the Hope Bus, are these like the only neighborhoods you service? Or?
No. It's the neighborhoods that I want to make sure aren't forgotten. So everywhere that bus goes, like we park in front of the church and down. Everywhere we go, people got to look at those. And if some people we meet, they like, I've never even heard of those neighborhoods before. They never been down to the West End.
Wow. So
I always want to tell the story of that. So
I see your hat says Hope Dealer.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Man, it's like, in the hood, it's like, I think people in the hood, man, who are deprived of resources have a cool way of being resilient. And often we have to create alternative ways of economics because we're starved. And I think people, we talk about the neighborhood drug dealer and we talk about those people, but like those people had to move away to make a way. And so, we talk a lot about dope. I mean, we're dealing with it right now, and people say dope or whatever they want to call it. But I try to like give a positive spin on it, like from dope dealers to hope dealers. So I mean, yeah.
So you're dealing out hope.
Yeah. But I also want people to be like, take a second look at it. Cause it's like a dealer. You would think it was a dope dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now you're thinking about the dope dealer too. But I want you to think about that person who had to move away to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause we demonize that stuff. So yeah.
And that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it is.
But that's a whole layered conversation on its own.
Yeah.
So again, with everything you've got going on, you have the Hope Village too.
Yes. So in 2020 something, some 2020s, all the 20s. So 2020, we had basically 2020 gave us a resource of being able to be at Unity, the Unity Church, and being down there, I kind of saw homelessness a different way. I saw a black lady literally change my life, rolling on the ground. I'm like, what's going on? And the ambulance pulled up, and they're calling her by name, and she's like rolling on the ground. And I'm like, nobody's gonna say that. It's just coming out of her. And like, it was crazy because like the first response, I have normalized this. Like they know her name, and I'm like, man, made me look deeper into the situation. And so, that. And then we ran an illegal shelter when it was cold. In February 2021.
An illegal shelter?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to have. Now they call them like warming station or something. But we kind of talked to the city, because we had that access at that point, and the city really didn't have a solution for how we were going to keep people, safe when it was cold. People who didn't want to go in the shelters. So we opened up a shelter against the
cities.
Yeah, everybody's wishes.
Okay.
And people were advising like the health department, like let them come shut us down. Whatever, I don't care. But yeah, so we ran that, and after those 2 weeks, a guy walks out, and he was like, "This is the first time I felt human."
Wow.
And so and that I was like, okay, we got to keep doing something. So from that moment, we were trying to, we were running out of Unity Church, like doing different resources, programming out, feeding people and talking to people and kind of just engaging people, giving them socks, and it was crazy the way resources came together. Like we had so much overflow. And so, and that's kind of how I got into homelessness work for real, not just feeding people, but like some of the issues. And
when we come right back, Stachelle will tell us a little bit more about the Hope Village and how that's even birthed something completely new.
Yeah.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.
Before we left, you mentioned that someone said that was the first time that they had ever felt human.
Yeah.
Was in those 2 weeks of interacting with you and your team.
Yeah.
And your team at that time was really the community.
Yeah.
Everybody really banded together to figure out.
Stop saying everybody, it's everybody.
Okay. To figure out how to meet that need.
Yeah.
And so how long has the village been in existence?
Yeah, so the village, we officially got the contract in January 2022. We opened April 26, 2022. And they was like, it's only, people like, it's not gonna last. And here we are, going into year 2.
2023.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The bus, the village.
Yeah.
And now you've got something else.
I do.
I know you're gonna give us an exclusive, right?
Oh, are you gonna pay for it? Okay.
Yeah. It's exclusive.
Yeah. Yes.
What is it?
I get to announce this on my birthday, I think. I think I'm supposed to announce it on my birthday.
Okay.
I don't know when it's going to, but anyway. So yeah, we
you
now
don't have to say exactly what it is.
Yeah, well, no, it's okay. We've partnered. We've been able to acquire a building and some space, and
another one.
Yes. So we had we have another bus.
Oh wow!
Right, it's going to be the Hope Kitchen. I think it's going to be a mobile kitchen.
Like a mobile kitchen.
The Hope, yeah. the Hope Community Table or something like that, whatever they're working on, and that's being built out right now. So I'm very excited about that. But we knew that was coming. What we did not expect was the launch of the Hope Connect.
The Hope Connect.
Yeah.
So we had the bus.
We had the whole bus,
village,
the whole village,
the kitchen, and now the Hope Connect. And what is that?
The Hope Connect is basically a community space, community center, where we plan to, distribute resources. We're feeding people right now every day hot meals from 5 to 6 p.m. And we're running after hours food pantry. We innovative.
Mm-hmm.
And
what you always say, you gotta
which one?
Make a way.
Yeah, whatever. So we had Hope Connect, which is on market. And I'm very, very excited about that space. And all right, what do we say? It's cultivate, create, convene.
Say it again.
Cultivate, create, convene, or whatever
like fellowship.
Yeah.
So come together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the space will be for who?
Everybody.
Exactly?
Just come use it.
What you get to do in the Hope Connect?
You get to have, if you need space to have a workshop, if you need space to just come and work. If you the back of it, it's gonna be an outdoor event space that I'm very, very excited about.
I was about to say, you seem really happy about this.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, to build an outdoor events because it's on market. You know what I'm saying? Hope on market. Okay. Right. So and we will just offer it to community as community space for people who need different things, and we'll also run programming out of there. Right now, I'm managing my CBI program out there, which is Virus Prevention Program. With a shiny, specifically for shiny. And so, I'm very excited about the Hope Connect.
You have a violence prevention program.
I do.
Talk a little bit about that.
So I employ people in the community, they might be a little, at risk. And we employ people from the community, from the shiny neighborhood, and they are able to, we give them jobs. And basically we curate, we try to curate concepts and programming around how to stop violence. And it's about violence interruption and stopping the shooters and, getting in on some of this and how we can reduce. And we've actually reduced the amount of shootings in Shawnee since we launched in January the 10th.
Of this year?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we've decreased the number of shootings in Shawnee.
So to put into perspective all of the programming that you have.
It's a lot.
Food scarcity.
Yeah.
You are attacking that.
Yeah.
Violence,
prevention.
Interruption or prevention.
For real.
You're attacking that.
It's really not prevention because it's almost like reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, because we could have prevented it a lot, but like violence prevention is it's weird.
That's fair. Yeah,
like, people
that's a loaded.
Yeah.
So let's call it violence interruption.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Then I don't know exactly the terminology, but it would be like for the things you're providing for the houseless community. I don't know what that terminology would be, but
yeah.
So that's a program as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that you'd mentioned something about providing therapy services for people as well.
Yeah, so the village comes with so many services. Like people who come into the village have so many services. Mm-hmm. They get medical care, they get dental, they got
better health care than you?
Yeah, better than me. They eat better than me, food, all those things. So what we're trying to do is expand those services. Like how do we work with people to, what we've created at the village, the partners we've gained at the village, moving those things down. So we have really cool mental health partners, and
expanding that.
Yeah, expanding that, and people who are just needing to do the work, but they want to be in the West End and necessarily didn't have a space. And then we get to do Food Truck Fridays starting in September.
That sounds fun. What's that?
So Food Truck.
Is this another exclusive?
No, yeah, but nobody. Right. So Food Truck Fridays, we're gonna let Black food trucks and Latino food truck owners come to that space and just be able to park. And we got a cap though. No meal can be more than $10.
So making the food more accessible.
Yeah. And so, so we want different people to come, and we'll let 5 or 6 food trucks come. We'll have some benches outside, a little DJ, and just, we'll have a good time.
It sounds like,
yeah.
It's like you're making mini community block parties.
Yeah.
You love the party.
I'm a block party.
Speaking of partying,
hey,
there's something big coming up tomorrow, right? It's your birthday.
It is. My birthday is Sunday, August 20th.
Woo-woo. And so everybody will be watching this on Saturday.
Yeah. And they better tell me happy birthday.
They tell you happy birthday?
Yeah.
On the, they should tell her happy birthday on the post.
Yeah, because I respond.
You'll respond. Okay.
I do respond to everybody.
So when you watch this episode, make sure you tag Stachelle Bussey, say happy birthday.
Yeah.
Even though her birthday will be on Sunday, August 20th, and you'll be watching this on Saturday. In case you happen to be watching it on Sunday, Make sure you say happy birthday.
Birthday.
There's something big happening too, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow, no, they surprised me. I didn't know. So tomorrow we're going to be at 10:20, and we're having a community birthday party. So people who are watching this will not have come. So yeah, but having to be their birthday party, and we're in 31 Days of Hope. That's our annual campaign. It's inaugural.
Oh, inaugural campaign.
So
Can you tell people a little bit about that?
I am trying to get 30,000 people to give $1.
30,000.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I know. I think it's
It's possible.
I try to knock on doors, So that's my goal. I'm going to knock on doors for the last 2 weeks of this campaign. Go say hi to people.
So if you want to donate or help out in any way with the Hope Bus, the Hope Village, or the Hope Connect, you can just donate $1 to
www.thehopebus.org/donate. But when you go to our website, it's the first thing that pops up anyway.
And if they want to follow you, how can they follow you and follow the work
Hope
of
Bus? Just use 2 S's. Don't follow me. Don't follow because I don't say nothing.
If they want to follow the work you're doing.
Yeah, so follow us Instagram, Twitter. Each one of our programs has its own social media tag, so you can follow the Hope Village. The younger people at the Village run the Village TikTok, so it's called.
Oh, there's a TikTok.
Yeah, it's called The Village, like DA. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the name.
The children.
It's weird.
We love that.
Yeah, whatever. I let them do whatever they're doing. And
we love that.
But definitely follow the renovation because the village is being renovated. We're moving from tents to we call them Hope Pods.
Okay.
Yeah, so so that's.
So make sure you check out Stachelle Bussey, the Hope Bus, the Hope Village, and the Hope Connect, and also check out the Plug Network Online, the source for change. See you all next time.
Peace.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.